Hello dear friends, I'm Bela Shivalkar from Innovate Club of Belgaum. I'm very happy to be a part of Swadan through our segment Kahani Jo Do Ho. We all have been blessed to be born in this beautiful world, a world where Mother Nature has given her blessings, friends, relatives. We all have done our bit in life. But won't it be a more meaningful life if we could give life to someone after our death? Today I am sharing a story of a family where the father donated his kidney for his young son and a mother who donated her eyes to give sight to two blind. The story is of a very renowned family known as the Modka Naiks, Mr. M.N. Naik and his story. I have with me today Mr. Tejasvi Naik, the younger son of the family, who has gone through it all at a very young age. I welcome you, Teju.
Thank you.
Teju, at the age of 21, you went through it all, and it must have been very difficult, I'm sure. It was a journey of a lot of pain, helplessness, pride, and happiness. Can you share your story with us, please?
Yeah, surely. First of all, let me thank you for having this interview and the Innovate Club who is organizing such a noble project with them. Let me start by telling you a story which started in November 1982. It was the time when I had just finished my PUC2 and was hunting for next career.
Yeah.
And my brother, who suddenly had problems with his urinating, and body started swelling, and there was a lot of panic at home. Lucky, my father immediately contacted his sister, Dr. Vasumati Divekar, who is a renowned anesthetist at Nair Hospital then. And she and her husband, Dr. M.V. Divekar, who was a doctor in medicine and artificial kidney specialist in Sion Hospital then. And the moment they came to know of all this, overnight, Kiran was taken to Bombay, the tests were made, he was immediately put on dialysis, and it was very alternate day the dialysis used to take place. And it was dialysis in those days was very primitive in the early 80s, and a lot of pain used to be there, a lot of shivering used to be there. He used to be trembling in the bed when the dialysis was going on, and luckily I was here and there, so I was deputed to take care of my brother. So I was there, aako dekha, everything going in front of my eyes, and within a month or two, there was a news in Jasbrook Hospital that a famous renal specialist was to come from England. So the doctors, relatives, they immediately arranged for tests with that, and then he agreed to operate on Kiran. And the operation took place for nearly 7 or 8 hours in Jasbrook Hospital that day, sometime in December. And more than a meter long ureter was removed from his body, which is a normal, small size pipe. And then everybody felt, Baba, this must be the reason for his problem. And then after recovering from that operation, then not much improvement was there. Then what to do again? Again dialysis started, and this went on for a few months.
Oh,
And there was no sign of the kidneys recuperating or coming back to normal. Then we decided, everybody had this only one question: what then?
I can imagine the disappointment, helplessness that you all went through and were experiencing then. Can you tell me how the transplant finally went through?
Yeah, Dr. M.V. Divekar then was hunting everywhere to find out if a cadaver kidney would be available, which would have been a very easy way out.
Yeah.
But his efforts, lot of efforts he put, but he could not get anything. Then it was suggested that my father should donate. Blood donation will be a much better thing.
Yeah.
So all his blood samples and other things were sent to the US. And why US it was decided? Because my uncle, my father's brother, Mr. Sharad Naik, he was staying in a place called Wichita in Kansas, where they had a specialty hospital for renal failure patients, and a doctor there was a renowned renal specialist there. So he made inquiries and he's made all the arrangements for the transplant. And then it was decided how to go now. The question mark was the expenses part.
Yeah, the funds,
Yeah.
the amount of money
Money
spent
spent.
already.
Yeah. And in these 1 or 2 years, the entire finances of the house were in doldrums because every money was just flowing out. And it was not, the question was 3 people to travel, and Kiran, my father, and Dr. Divekar, and the hospital expenses there. It came out to roughly about 5 lakhs in those days. Then many philanthropists came forward to donate, and mainly it was the Lions Club of Mahalakshmi, Mumbai, because my father was a Lions governor. He had contact in all these fields, and the International Lions Club spread the news, and Lions Club of Mahalakshmi said we will take up this project, and they raked in all that amount, and these 3 people flew to US for the transplant, because it was considered that US was the safest country in, with respect to pollution and other things then. So it was transplant took place sometime in January 1984, and there also all the tests were made, and the operation was successful. Kiran was out of all dangers. My father was aging. He must be 55 or so then,
Oh.
and he also recovered quite well in that. And a funny incident, he wrote me a letter then. Ki Teju, it was the most wonderful day today. I could urinate by myself after 3 years naturally.
So
And that was a most chilling thing for me, a person, what must have been his agony in those 3 years,
How
which
much he
was
must have
relieved.
gone through.
So you can really imagine the nobility and the importance of organ transplant, what it can do to a person.
Very true. Very true.
So, and they both recuperated there quite well. For a few months they stayed there, and then gradually returned back to Belgaum, and started leading a life like how we are leading today, with a mask, keeping safe distancing. But it was a new thing for the other people in Belgaum. They did not understand the importance of it.
Yes.
And he had to come in contact with so many people. He developed a lot of infection afterwards, and within 4 years he succumbed to the whole thing. If it was a
very
time
young,
like
I
what
believe he
where
was just
everybody in the today know about this COVID, because due to COVID-19 the importance of wearing mask and keeping safe distance. If that was there, he would have lived much longer, I feel.
True. And I believe he was just, his wife was also concerned.
Yeah, his wife was pregnant, so I was there to take care of him, because she was due to deliver his first child then.
So even with 50% chances that the doctor had given him, Mr. M.N. Naik tried his best, whatever he could do, because of the love he had for his son. And because of this operation, Kiran could, hold his, I see his baby born, hold the baby, though it was for a very short time. He could live only for 4 years after that. But still, he could see his child, be with his child, spend 4 years of his life with his child. So that is wonderful. And even after going through so much, I really appreciate and have high respect for Mr. M.N. Naik that after the passing away of your mother, I believe she donated her eyes. So such a noble cause and such a respectful and humble person, I must say. Could you tell us more about it?
Yeah. I was so close to my mother, so I know her as such a lovable lady, very down to earth and helping everybody. And her background was that she was a freedom fighter, and she was jailed during the 1942 Quit India movement. And with that background, she and a very strong lady that way. But she, during this tragedies that went on and years together, the prolonged illnesses, nobody bothered to know what her. She was a heart patient, so but nobody knew that it would worsen so much. Immediately within 2-3 months of Kiran passing away, she passed away. We had just recovered from one shock. The second shock came in 2 months. But the presence of mind of my father and the noble thoughts that they had registered for eye donation, he immediately called the doctor. Dr. Damapadhyay, I think, was there then.
Acha.
He was young.
Senior.
Yes, he was young doctor at that time. So he came and took the eyes, and luckily there were 2 people in waiting.
Oh.
So 2 people got one eye each, and they could see the light of. So that was a great thing, and it really, if I look back and today and see the past, it is really a feeling of pride that my close people, even in that tragedy, could do think of all these things
That is such
and
a
do.
big
Yeah.
thing of to be proud of.
Yeah, absolutely.
So really, I mean, I must say that you must be so proud of your family, even having lost 3 of your most loved ones. But the pride and respect that you have got through them is something which you will always treasure. And your mother also, after have given her eyes, the amount of blessings, 1,000,000 blessings your family must have received from the people whom she has given sight to see this beautiful world.
Yes.
So thank you so much, Teju,
Yeah,
for
I'd
having
like to give
shared
a
this.
small message.
Sure.
That everyone, it is a most noble thing to donate a kidney. Just remember that today you are just signing a paper, so you are donating, and after your death, somebody is going to receive it, and they are going to remember, and your family is going to be so happy that some part of your body was helpful for a person to live normally. So that, just imagine that pleasure today, that you have donated a kidney just by writing on a paper that you are going to donate your kidney and or a organ for that matter, and the pleasure will be so much. It is one of the greatest offering that you can use. Mahadana, you can say.
Swadana, Mahadana.
Mahadana.
Swadana is the Mahadana.
Swadana is Mahadana. Yeah.
जिंदगी सार्थक हो जाएगी. Thank you so much.
Namaste.